So that's the viaduct. This is the Velarail coming through. Now, there's the river down below. We're just going to walk down the river as we come along the Velarail. There's Cara with the dogs. We have a level crossing here. That Velarail then goes off to Buzière Gare at the beginning of the Velarail. But what they've also done on the Velarail is created a number of stops, and this is supposed to be one of the stops where people on the Velarail can go for a walk down by the river. On y va. So just going to take a look down, have a bit more gimbal practice. So the commune comes down and keeps this clear. We don't think it gets used very much, but it gets used enough to keep it clear. Now we're coming down to that mound where Cara was just passing. That mound crosses the river. And we believe this build-up here is the original dam for a large lake. So off there to the right in the undergrowth, the swamp, we believe that's the old lake bed. So this was broken through decades ago probably, and the river's been allowed to run through. So this is one of our favourite watering holes with the dogs. Big enough pool in there to go swimming. Nelson's favourite place. He used to come running down here and dive straight in, do 2 or 3 laps of the pool. There's a lot of wildlife here as well, nesting in the banks. We get, I don't know if you can see the bank around the corner, but everything's nesting in this bank as well. We often see kingfishers down here, and we've seen a lot of fish skeletons and a lot of crayfish skeletons, so we believe there are probably otter working this stretch as well. So this is just at the bottom of the garden basically. This is a daily walk down along the river. Amazing to watch how it changes through the seasons. I always love looking down through the length of the river, and when it's snowy and icy, it changes completely. In the spring with the sun coming through in the early evening, it's different again. And the bank on our left is where the railway is. This railway is a branch line from Buzière through to Oradour-sur-Ver. And apparently at Oradour there used to be a nail factory, so the railway was put in to bring the products from there. And the commune very kindly built a little crossing in the swampy bit here. There are trout in here, but the problem is, of course, that they stock it at the beginning of the fishing season. And I did meet one of the old boys from the fishing club, and he said the problem is that they stock it on one day, and then the whole club comes down and pulls everything out within a week. But some survive, so we do still see the trout in the river. I have panned this stretch as well for gold. There are some mines further up, so I hoped I'd find something in here, but so far nothing. Heavy minerals, yes, and in fact I consulted one of the local gold panning experts, and he told us that there isn't any gold on this river because none of the villages along the river have the word gold in them. So apparently many of the gold bearing rivers, the villages have or AU or Laurière or something relating to gold. Now we're coming up to the Roche qui pleure. So you can see over on the right here as we pan up, hopefully. There's a rock there with a cross on the top. The Roche qui pleure, or the rock that cries. And the story is that the chateau, which you may be able to see through the trees there, there was a young lady who used to live at the chateau who had a suitor, and she turned him down, and then she died. And her plaintive cries could be heard in the woods until they put a cross on top of the rock that cries. It's all rubbish, but it's good for the tourists. And this high level path as well is also installed by the commune to make it easy to walk along this bank. Biscuit time with the dogs. Yeah, okay. Coming up to the bridge now. No, come on, Luna. Come on, Luna. There's a good one. Now these are under the viaduct now, and these are the totally treacherous beams that have been put down. So far we've managed to negotiate them for 15 years. Okay, now the trick with me is to let Looney cross and get Corrie to hang hold of him. Go on, Looney, off you go. Off you go. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. Okay. Got hold of him? Thank you. So this is the construction to protect the viaduct. A bit more outcrop. And then the river, which is the River Dron, continuing on its long path to Brantôme. One day I'm going to get a canoe and follow it, but that's for another day. Go on, Looney, do your stuff. Stop eating the grass.
Looney, come.
There's a good boy. Excellent. Safely navigated. Thank you very much. And this track here was actually re-excavated 5 or 6 years ago when they came back to just repair the canal under the viaduct to ensure that the viaduct remained protected from flooding. Because as you can see further down, quite a lot of the wall has disappeared. That used to be a path through into our property, and in fact our property starts just in front of us there. That's our lower 10-acre field. So let's make our way back up now. Biscuit stop.
Come on boys, who wants a biscuit?
Red does.
Looney,
Looney.
come. Looney, come. Oh, good boy, Red.
Yeah, he's in.
Come, Loons. Come and get Vicky. Looney, Looney. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. Wait a minute, wait a minute.
So this is the details of the little walk we've just done, provided by the commune. Back up by the railway now. Another high level view of the Roche qui pleure. A slightly better view of the chateau through the trees. And now we're back on top of the viaduct that we've just been under. Try not to stand on the sleepers because they're treacherous. And there, the view down the Dron. And the Villarreal to Chalut. And now back home. So just to prove it, the marker for La Dronne